Guys, welcome to another Friday night. Sorry, I'm still chewing my food. Give me a second. Give me a second here, folks. All right, hold on. I have all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Just the Facts, where we discuss a wide range of topics from current events to everyday life. I'm your host, Nate Lewis. I don't have any guests scheduled for tonight. Big Hoss is doing some stuff tonight, and Josh is on his own doing his own thing tonight. I've got a viewer on here. Tommy, if that's you watching, you can always comment on the YouTube page as well. I can read those comments right here on the thing. I can also read my comments on Facebook Live, where I have viewers as well. So 2 platforms, Facebook Live and YouTube right now. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show. Another Friday night is here. We are getting ready to kick it off right, if you know what I'm saying, right? You can't turn your phone while recording. Okay, hold on. I can find a way to prop this up here. Oh, it's got plenty of charge. I think I'll be all right. We'll put this up here. All right, guys, you can also comment on Facebook as well as on here on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, it's me, Tommy. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time watching the podcast, you can go back and watch the other shows I've done. Been doing this for about 2 months now. I've done a bunch of shows. So I'm going to quickly blast Facebook out here. People should be able to know I'm on live right now. Let's go find people that are live. It's probably going to pause my live broadcast. Copy that. Pasting to people's lives because I'm trying to, people that are online right now. Tommy, how you been, brother? How's life treating you? I've got a couple topics I want to talk about tonight. So the other day, while I'm doing this, I was in the hospital, guys. I don't know if any of you do this. I went to the hospital. I was having some weird, like, they were really weird, like deja vu moments, where I felt like I've been there, done that before. We've all had deja vu, right? It's a natural thing. Yeah. And so they were getting me so aggravated and stuff like that I ended up going to the hospital, and doctor said everything was fine. They just told me to take a couple days and kind of relax and chill. So yeah, I did that. And tomorrow I'm going to go back to work, or at least try going back to work. And I'm going to try to get that done tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I just sent a lot of people thing. I've been okay. Well, Tommy, I hope everything works out for you. As long as you have a safe place to stay, stay clear of the bad drugs, right? And then stay on your meds. Stay on top of your meds. That's my key. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, just in case you didn't know. The month of May was mental health awareness for everyone, of course, and then you've got June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. But yeah, anyone that wants to join, jump on. Tommy, if you want, go invite all your friends. Tell them to come say hi. Jump on Facebook. Whoever's live right now on Facebook, who's online, I should say, invite them to come watch. Invite them to come watch the show. We need viewers to go up. Viewership. But yeah. So I was reading up on deja vu earlier today. Deja vu is a fascinating phenomenon that many of us have experienced. It's a strange feeling of familiarity, like when you've in a particular situation before, and it's if you were reliving that moment from the past. Tommy, have you ever had deja vu? I'm sure you have. It's truly a strange sensation. Scientists have offered several theories about the cause of deja vu, from memory glitches and overlapping brain processes. Some even suggest that it could be a sign of parallel universes. Um, it's also been known to be linked to things like dementia caused by stress and different brain functions misfiring. That's why we talk about health, mental health, everything else like that. It's very important. Like I said, Josh won't be joining us tonight because he's doing other things. He's got some family emergencies that came up, and my hearts and prayers go out to him and his family. He has had a death in the family. It seems like, and so yeah, that's what's going on there. I got 2 viewers now. The other one's probably Ashley. Maybe it's someone else. If you are, say hi on the viewership there on the comment bar. Anyways, we're just talking about deja vu, right? It is Josh. Josh. Yeah, Josh, jump on board. Let me send Josh an invite to the show. Josh said he can jump on for a few minutes. All right, Josh, invite has been sent. All right, guys. Now, the bottom of the screen has a lot of different tickers, like sports tickers and stuff like that. Some of those scores, they're just baseball games. All right, so I'm going to read through some baseball scores for you that's happened right now while Josh is getting online. The Guardians beat the Blue Jays 7-1. It was the Marlins over the Seattle Mariners 3-2. The Reds beat the Red Sox 5-2. It was the Braves over the Yankees 8-1. Tampa Bay Rays beat the Pirates 10-3. It was the Tigers over the White Sox 2-1. Diamondbacks beat the Phillies 5-4. The Mets beat the Cubs 11-1. Games that are currently in session right now: Angels and Dodgers. They're playing in Los Angeles right now. You guys can guess where they're playing at, but it's Angels at Dodgers. Excuse me. That score is currently 0-0 in the bottom of the third, end of the third, going into the fourth inning. Right now, the Athletics lead the Twins 4-2 in the middle of the sixth. It's the Brewers over the Padres right now, 3-1. They're in the top of the fifth. The Nationals lead the Rockies 11-5. That game is in the top of the eighth. The Astros lead the Orioles 14-8. That's in the top of the fifth. Top of the eighth. And the Texas Rangers defeated the Kansas City Royals by a score of 6-2 today. That's the NFL scores. The big game in hockey tonight could decide the Stanley Cup. The Florida Panthers lead. Oh, all right. So that game is over. Tonight, Friday, June 21st, the Edmonton Oilers defeated the Florida Panthers by a score of 5-1. They've tied the series now 3-3 with Game 7 will be played Monday? Yep, Game 7 will be played Monday. Game 7 will decide the winner of the Stanley Cup Finals. That's your scores from around the league, guys. And with me now is Josh. Josh, how's it going, bud?
It's going. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Once again, my condolences to your family. I hope everything is good. I just can't even. I can't. The words can't come to my mouth right now.
You're good. We all can't English sometimes. It's okay. But
right.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I can't even adult sometimes. So
that's fair.
Tommy, your team lost. Who was your team?
What?
Oh, I have a buddy watching on YouTube already. His name's Tommy. He said his team lost.
Oh.
I went through those scores. He said, "Dang it, my team lost."
It must have been the Yankees.
Yeah, they got smoked today, by the way.
Yes, they did.
Oh, man. That was good to see. I hate the Yankees. I like players on the Yankees. Like I like Aaron Judge. I like Giancarlo Stanton. They're good players. I mean, I just never liked the Yankees. And there's all these people that are like, oh, the Yankees are the best. Yeah, because they've won 27 World Series championships. I get that, but come on, man. Like every one of their like half their championships were bought because they would pay players to come play in New York.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Yankees. I don't know.
No. So I've obviously been dealing with the family stuff all day. Well, pretty much all day.
Oh man, what's up, Flow State?
But
sorry.
No, you're good. But I just got done helping my mom write the obituary, so I saw you were on and figured I would jump in here for a little bit.
Yeah, jump on in board. We were talking about the other day. I don't know if you and at Flow State. I really yeah, Ratliff. I know, I know who you are. I watch you on Facebook all the time. With that being said, Flow State or Ratliff, whichever you want to be called, right? It's up to you. I have some questions for you because the other day, the reason I didn't go to work today, I was supposed to work at Domino's today. I didn't go to work today. I took today off. I called in because the other day I ended up in the hospital Wednesday night.
Oh no!
Yeah, Wednesday.
Okay?
Night. I ended up in the hospital. I'm fine now. So all Wednesday I was working at Domino's. I worked from 4 to 8:30 over there, and I just kept having these vivid, like deja vu's, like vivid, like oh I've been here before, or certain situations I'm like man and they were like putting stress on my body,
right,
to the point where I almost felt like fainting a couple times, passing out. So I took the day off because it's a neurological thing. I was doing some research on it, and could be caused by stress and everything else like this, right? There's a lot of things that could cause deja vu, not necessarily stress or anything else like that, but where I was having them to the point where they were putting my body almost into shock. And so I went in and got checked out. They were, the doctors told me they ran blood tests. They said everything looks fine. So they just told me to take it easy the next couple of days. I went to work yesterday at my pawn shop job, and then today I took off. I'm like, I'm not in the right mind frame. I had to go to work at my pawn shop job. We're short staffed. Our general manager is out because she's on maternity leave. She had a baby at the beginning of the month. So anyways, that's why, Ratliff, I need to ask you, sir, because you are an officer in the Army now. I know that. Or you were. I know you converted. You went from our medic in our company to you're an officer now. What is your take on deja vu and then the stress that it causes? Do you believe in deja vu? Is it something that is there medical treatments or terms or anything for it? He still is. Okay, yeah, you're still an officer, right? And then second question, which is kind of off the topic of deja vu, Ratliff. I've been presented the opportunity to join the Idaho National Guard as an officer. Hold on one second. Because of this, because I've gotten my degree. And so Idaho is starving for officers. They need a lot of officer help here in the state of Idaho. So I've been toying with the idea of doing it. Ratliff, do me a favor if you want to. If you have a camera on your phone or on your computer, send me a link. Thanks, by the way. Send me a link. Send me your email in your Facebook Messenger, and I'll invite you to the show. You can come on and talk with me and Josh. I would love to chat with you again. Love to see your face again. It's been a long time, way too long. We need to catch up. So Ratliff was our medic when we were deployed to Iraq. with my
Out of
company
Germany?
Fort Lewis. No, we were out of
Oh.
Fort Lewis. Yeah, we were
Okay,
with
fair
52nd Infantry, which was part of 4th Brigade, 2nd ID. We were attached to 138 Infantry up out of there.
I feel like I knew a Ratliff in the military, but that picture does not put the same face that I remember. So I don't think it's the same one.
Yeah, he's an outstanding individual. Like I said, we had a lot of good conversations, a lot of good talks. He's a very smart individual. Like I said, he was a medic in the Army in my company, and then he ended up going and becoming an officer. He was stationed in San Antonio for a while. I think he's now back on the East Coast somewhere. Stewart,
actually,
Georgia, I think.
And actually, if he joins, I'm probably going to jump off because I actually have to be up at like 3 a.m. for work. So there's
That's
always
fine,
a Ratliff somewhere.
You're not wrong. It's like somebody always knows somebody with the name Ratliff, like someone, you know. I do because of Mr. Flow State here. Yeah, Ratliff, send me a message on Facebook Messenger with your email address, and I'll plug you in and get you on the show. We can chat for a while. This is a general talk platform, by the way. Like, I don't really have anything set everywhere. I do have some things. I'm some ideas I'm in the working for. By the way, Josh, I was going to talk to you about some of these things. I'm trying to learn video editing. Okay, so when I go with these shows in the future,
Post
I can do
or pre or during.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the videos and I'm going to post them on, like when we're doing the live shows. I can put them up in there so people can watch them. So basically, they would be part of the show.
I get what you're saying.
We would have little segments here and there, right? So the one segment I thought about doing is where it's a guy of mine at work brought this up to. He says, you need to have story time with Nate. And I said, okay. Because I tell some of my war stories at work, and they're like, these are interesting. They like, people gather around and listen when I'm telling these stories. I mean, I've got dozens of stories I could tell about me and Ratliff sitting in Iraq in the tent. Anyways, these stories I tell them, and I've been told that I need to like start doing a story time. Right? It doesn't have to necessarily be my stories, but I do want to tell the stories of soldiers that were, previously, whether it was the war I was in or World War II or Vietnam. And I kind of thought of a cool way of doing it. I remember there was a guy on YouTube when I first started watching YouTube. He would come on and he would tell these war stories, and he had this big giant book he would open up, and he was sitting in a big comfy chair by a fireplace, and he would wear like a robe, really nice fancy like silk robe, and he had a nightcap on, and he would tell these stories.
Santa?
I don't know.
You just described that.
I know. I just described Santa Claus, right? Yes, a smoking jacket. He would have a smoking jacket on, and he would smoke cigars, and he would sit there and tell stories about like this submarine unit in freaking Vietnam or whatever. He would tell these stories, right? And I thought about doing something similar to that, where I would sit by a fireplace, whether it be a green screen behind me or something, and I would tell these stories of. I would find heroic tales of stories like a Medal of Honor recipient from maybe World War II or even Vietnam or our era. Tell the story of Salvador Junta. He was the most recent. He won his Medal of Honor for the battle that took place in 2009 in Afghanistan. But tell the stories of these heroes, right? Because those are what heroes are to me. Like heroes are men that go above and beyond to serve their country or fight for our country, whatever like that. And they don't always have to be Medal of Honor recipients. I've known a lot of men that did some amazing things in the service and never even got a sniff at the Medal of Honor. I've seen Bronze Stars and recipients and Silver Star recipients and stuff like that that did some amazing things, So, and just every military unit that goes downrange to Iraq and Afghanistan those guys are heroes to me, and I was one of them. So I don't consider myself a hero. I just find it um, interesting to tell their stories, right?
Did you end up doing an episode with talking about the VA and getting your, well, not necessarily yours, but on how to become service connected?
I'm working with the Wounded Warrior Project right now on all that. Matter of fact, I'm going to a
No,
retreat.
I'm saying, like, on one of your shows, did you talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
that?
yeah. We need to definitely do that. And that's kind of one thing why, as I work with the Wounded Warrior Project, I want to, once I get my disabilities increased, or wherever I want to go with the help from the Wounded Warrior Project, whether I decide to complete my my journey and getting my my disabilities increased to 100%, or I decide to go the route of National Guard here in the Idaho National Guard,
Right.
which means I forego my benefits for the time being. I talked to another veteran at the pawn shop the other day. He says, "You just put your benefits on hold. You go serve the National Guard for however long, right? However long it would take me to complete a retirement." Hold on. Email here if you want to join. Anyways, so I would do. I have the idea that I'm going to work till I'm 60, and then just retire from every job, not work anymore, just be done. Right? I know it's not how it always works because life throws bones your way, right? Life throws things in your way, right?
Right.
Oh, you want to retire at 60? Well, here's a kid at 55. Crap. Now I've got to raise another kid at 55. No, I don't. Yeah, no. You never know. But no, I want to retire at 60. I'm 43. That's 17 years, right? I can build a game plan for a retirement in 17 years. It's easy. The right investment plans, the right 401ks, the right, the right plan of pay. Like I have to buy a house still. I want to buy a house, and I watched this video where the guy explains how you can buy a house and have it paid off in like 17 to 20 years.
Right.
And all you have to do is put one extra house payment, mortgage payment, a year. So you pay one extra mortgage payment a year. 100% of that mortgage payment goes to the principal, not the interest.
True statement. I've heard that.
So, yeah. So one extra payment per year will pay off your house in 17 to 20 years.
So the way to do that
Yeah.
is take your mortgage payment, divide it by 12, and just add it to what you're paying.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And that way you're not actually making a full payment at one time extra. Does that make sense?
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you just make an extra. Let's say your mortgage payment is $1,300 a month, which is be a killer mortgage payment. I tell you right now, $1,300 a month for a mortgage payment. You divide 13 by 12. Huh? Yours is 14.
Yep.
That's still a killer mortgage rate. When I was living in Seattle, when I was living up in Washington State with the VA, I bought a house up there. I couldn't go VA because VA is stupid picky. Oh my gosh. Ratliff has a $1,200 mortgage payment. Gosh, dang it, man. Of course, you live in Georgia. Georgia's cheap, man. I live in Idaho where we're turning liberal, which even though we're not. Idaho's a weird state. Let me just point that out right now. Okay. Idaho is more Republican than Democrat. But yet our housing market is skyrocketing because all these people escaping California.
Right.
Dude, I got 4 viewers. Hey guys, whoever you are, aside from Ratliff, aside from probably Tommy, say hi.
Yeah, mine's at 1,400. At like 5.6 something percent.
Okay, so 1,400. Let's see, clear this out. Working on my calculator.
Thank
My
you,
goodness.
Thomas.
Oh, you're a
I
Red Sox
appreciate
fan.
it. I'm sorry.
so you told him thank you for the condolences, and then you're sorry that he's a Red Sox fan.
True statement.
An extra $116 a month towards your
Right, which
mortgage.
which isn't bad.
12 years, 17 years.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Plus 1,400. Yeah, you're looking at $1,516 a month. Yeah, $1,516
So
a month.
right, which isn't horrible.
Right. Not
Um,
horrible at all.
so can we backtrack a little to your?
Yes.
You said you're working with the Wounded Warrior Project. Wounded
I am
Warrior.
indeed.
So I was initially working with the VFW, I believe, for
Okay.
mine. And I think I've told you this before, but I switched it to the DAV, and the DAV
Okay.
literally got it done within months.
Months.
Yeah. So
Well, I was told this is so. Here's how this whole thing began.
Yep.
I'm sitting at the pawn shop, doing my job, working, whatever. A veteran walks in. He's pawning some stuff. Okay, good. He goes, I just need some money until my VA pay comes through. And I said, okay. So you're a veteran. We started talking about his veteran service, and he was Army and whatever. And we started talking about his Army time, whatever like that. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I signed up with Wounded Warrior Project. It's free to sign up, of course. Anytime a veteran service organization wants you to pay for a membership or something like that, other than the VFW or the Foreign Legion, run the other direction. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yep.
Because they're scams. They're scams, right? The VFW and the Foreign Legion, the reason you pay those fees,
dues.
those annual fees or dues or whatever like that, is because you're a member of a privately owned corporation
Entity.
They're not run by the federal government entity. Yeah, they're not run by the federal government. They are recognized by the federal government. Anyways, so he comes in. We start talking military stuff. He starts talking about how he went on this retreat, paid for by the Wounded Warrior Project, which is what I'm going to be going on the end of July. It's we're going to Medford, Oregon. We're going to stay a night in a hotel. Oh, he sent me his email address. Hold on, let me get him plugged in real
You're
quick.
good.
I would tell.
So while you're doing that,
go ahead.
Let me speak real quick. I think you're in the right direction, but I think the Wounded Warrior project is more aimed towards helping veterans reestablish themselves in the community and doing community events or giveaways or in that sense. Whereas like the DAV, as far as your benefits go, is what I'm talking about. As the DAV or the VFW or the other one you said, will they have specific people in those organizations too? I'm sure the Wounded Warrior people do too, but I think their direction is aimed differently. Does that make sense?
No, you're not wrong. They're an organization built by veterans to help veterans, right?
Right.
And so yes, they have multiple platforms. They like to do these retreats and stuff for veterans. Like I said, end of next month, I'm going on a little fort. Well, we're going to be up there 4 nights. in Medford, Oregon. The first night we get there, we're going to stay in a hotel. We'll get a couple briefings. The next morning we get up. We're going to raft the river, pull up at the end of each day, for the next 2 days, camp on the riverside, and then raft the river. And then we're going to sleep in the hotel the last night, and then I come home. This is all like a. There's a lot of reasons why the Wounded Warrior Project does this. Is to help veterans kind of clear their minds and get something,
Right.
get a break from life. Okay. There's one thing I will tell you. I mean, I love the VA. They're a great organization, but the problem is the leadership and higher up portions of the VA or have been corrupt at times to where they don't really put the veterans' needs ahead of the organization. However,
Unless we have a certain somebody in the Oval Office.
and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's been a lot of push when it comes to Democrats, for example, to get rid of the VA. Like,
right.
Why do our vets need money every month? Why do the illegal immigrants coming into our country need money every month? Come on now.
All I was saying is I think you could get your percentage raised faster if you chose a different organization for it. That's all I was getting.
So, no, you're not wrong. Like I said, there's never the organizations that focus on certain things. Tommy Chapman. I am working at Domino's, Tommy.
Can I get a large pepperoni, please?
If you want one, yeah, you can order one. Make sure you punch in the deal number. They're doing there's all sorts of deals.
Do you guys deliver?
Make sure you look at the coupon.
Do you deliver to New Mexico?
I'm sure there's a Domino's down there and close to you that will deliver.
No, I want it specifically from your store.
From my store, okay. I'll call them up and say, hey, listen, I'm going on a special delivery. I need you guys to make pizza, and I will drive it down to New Mexico. It's going to be cold and hard by the time I get there, Josh. I'm just letting you know now.
No, they have Domino's has those little cars that have the little ovens. You haven't seen those?
I have seen those. But do you really want a pizza in the oven for like 12 hours?
Yeah, just don't bake it and set the temperature real low, and it will be good when it gets here. So
low heat oven.
Hold on. My mom brought me ice cream from Illinois.
From Illinois? My
Yes.
goodness. Did she fly?
No, they drove 18 hours.
Wow. She put it in a cooler?
Dry ice.
Dry ice. There you go. See?
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
Because my mom is great.
What's up,
She's
Eric?
Amazing.
I believe that. Moms are pretty amazing. Hey, Ratliff, I sent you an email. Check your email. It'll give you the link to it to this podcast, and then you'll come up into like the green room behind us, and then I can jump you on into the show. So
also, so this is on record. I am her favorite child.
He replied. If you replied, I would see you in my. Are you trying to earn brownie points? What's going on here?
Something like that.
Did he reply to the email? Let me go see. There's a link in that email you're supposed to click on, and it should allow you to join the podcast.
Clicky.
Yep, click. Hold on, I'm gonna go check the emails.
Doesn't matter if you're on a phone, a laptop, a desktop.
Yeah. Big Hoss, when he's on the show with us, he does it on a laptop or a phone.
Yep.
I know Josh and I have elaborate setups too. I mean, Josh probably has a more of an elaborate setup than I do. I'm using a laptop with a 4K camera and this microphone that I bought from the pawn shop for like $20.
You got a better camera than I do, but I have.
It's a lot. I spent like $300 on it.
That's fair.
Camera itself. Well, my next goal
Yes.
is to get maybe an all-in-one
I think I
computer.
spent $40 on my computer or my camera.
Your camera. I could have just used my regular laptop camera, but I feel like I get really good quality out of this camera.
No, it is. It's good. But I also then spent so for the soundboard that I have, I think I ended up spending like $120 on it.
Ooh, all right. Ratless here.
But that came with a
Let's-
mic, soundboard. But then I
Nice.
upgraded my mic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing my friend Ratliff from the Arnold.
Oh, what's up?
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Damn, I can't believe it actually.
Welcome, welcome.
You want a drum roll introduction? Should we do like some music? Introducing. How's life treating you, man?
Nah, man, you ain't gotta do nothing special for me.
Come on, dude. You're just as cool as Josh.
Look so
Yeah. There you go. You're living down in Georgia now, right?
That's
Hey, Ratliff,
No,
you're
I'm
living down in Georgia now, correct?
in Texas now.
I think he has a
live in
little
Georgia?
delay, Nate.
I think there's a little delay. Yeah.
He said he's living in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, Texas. Okay. There's a bit of a delay, it seems like. Yeah. What part of Texas are you in?
El Paso.
El Paso. Okay.
That's only 4 hours from me.
Where you at?
Yeah. Josh is in Albuquerque. Well, near Albuquerque.
Just east of Albuquerque.
I heard a lot of good things about Albuquerque.
A lot of good things. I don't know where you heard those because they're not that great.
Hyatt is from Albuquerque.
So I get these messages, and I don't know where I got them, Josh and Ratliff. I get these messages on my phone all day long about news from Albuquerque, a shooting at a
Right.
gas station, stabbing or a mug. And I'm like, where the heck? I'm not even near Albuquerque. I'm like a
Everyday
13-hour
stuff.
drive from Albuquerque.
Everyday stuff.
Is my sound messing everything up?
So what?
What'd you say, Rat?
No, I was saying that I think my sound is messing y'all up. Like it's like a delay. You know.
There is a bit of a delay, but we can hear
Do
you.
you want
just
to?
fine.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Would
but I
you
was-
want to try to rejoin maybe?
Okay, I can try that. How do I do that?
Well,
See,
I'll
hold-
just use that same
can
email.
do that.
I'll just remove you. And then you just use the same email.
So that was weird because there was a delay when you talked to him, but
Yeah.
when I asked him a question, he answered fairly quickly.
So the streaming service I'm using, remove. Okay, he's back now. All right, is that any better? He's put on some headphones. That'll probably
Yep.
make things a little bit better. All right, is that better for you, Ralph?
I don't know. I'm trying to switch.
He answered quickly.
Yeah, that was a quicker answer than last time. There was a
Yeah.
lag from mine to yours, Ratliff, but you and Josh could hear each other, maybe because you're closer.
We're right next door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You said 4 hours. It's like 13 hours from me to you, Josh, and probably another 4 hours from me to Ratliff at El Paso.
Okay.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Nice.
Perfect.
And then I was trying to say about Albuquerque. Remember Nate Hyatt was from Albuquerque. He was always ranting and raving about how great Albuquerque was.
Yeah, he was, and I was like, man, I drove through since I've been a truck driver. I drove through Albuquerque many times. I'm like, there's nothing great about Albuquerque. Just,
Yeah.
the best part of
Although
Albuquerque is leaving.
Albuquerque is becoming the next Hollywood.
Oh, they're filming
Netflix
some more
has-
movies out there.
Netflix has spent over $15 billion to be here.
Interesting.
They got
Interesting.
a few different studios around the state of New Mexico. Quite a few here in Albuquerque, and then they have one up. I don't know how many, but they have some up in Santa Fe as well.
Okay. I ran out of sweet tea, so I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Is that what that is?
This motherfucker still drinking sweet tea. That's funny.
So my name's Josh. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. My name is Alex.
Nice to meet you. I served with Nate out in Germany. So.
Oh, you were in the Army too?
I was.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh, dogs. I gotta let my dogs out because they're crowding my space.
So you gonna show off some skills with that guitar in the background?
Nah, man, I'm a poser. I don't. I ain't got no skills.
It's just for looks, right?
That's an American strat right there. But
Sits
can't
on the
play a
stand most of
fucking
the
note.
time.
Hey, what year is that? What year is that set? Because I work at a pawn shop, and I have one just like that in our shop. It's like a 1974. It's worth like $4,500.
How much are you
What
guys trying
year?
to sell it for?
Yeah, what year is that strat?
I don't know. It's pretty recent. Like I just bought it retail, so
Oh, okay, got you. Because like I said, we have one in our pawn shop that's the 1974 strat. It's in a little rough condition, but in the condition it's worth like $4,500.
mm-hmm.
We've had guys
Oh.
from all over the country, New Jersey, Florida, call us, and they're like, "How much would you give us for that strat? I mean, we'll pay you $3,500. We'll pay you $40." We're like, guys, we price it lower than what it should be worth, like if at an auction or something like that, because obviously we have to sell it, we have to make money. So
Right.
a lot of people don't understand how the pawn situation works, right? If you were to bring me something
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Hey, I would like to sell this to you,"
You know what, Lou? I think I know what might be fucking shit up. Like, are you on headphones right now?
I don't have headphones on, no.
No. I think
never
my
worked with-
sound is like bouncing back between your computer and your microphone.
I mean, I
No?
can put headphones on.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear myself like 15 times. I hear it like I'm in the
Weird.
like
Hold on.
I don't
I've never been able to hear myself, so that's
No?
surprising.
So you're not hearing any sound like anomalies
No,
at all?
I don't hear echoes from you or me or
Okay,
anybody.
then never mind then. If I'm the only one that's hearing it, then it's fine. This is y'all show. So
Well, how about now?
now I'm still hearing
about now?
myself
Can you-
talking to you like 5 seconds later.
Oh,
So it has
okay,
to be
got it.
me.
Nate, do you have the show up on your phone?
No, I'm gonna get it up right now
Oh, okay.
because I gotta want to see. Yeah, and that's generally that was the case. Now I got headphones in now, but generally that was the case. I want to make sure that my sound is still going through the show.
Right.
Should be. It should be going.
I'm actually gonna have to jump off. Like I said, I got to get up early.
Yeah,
in the
my
morning
man
for
said he
work.
has to go to work at like 3:00 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a truck driver instructor.
Yeah, I got students that need to be tested.
He's a truck driver instructor. Ooh, testing, huh?
Yeah, I
got
students that need to be tested.
So I don't hear the reverberation on the video when I'm watching the live.
Right.
Oh, you do? Or
No,
don't?
he doesn't.
Oh, he
I
doesn't.
don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
So it's on your end then, Ratliff.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely me. So, you know.
But
We're not
I'm
saying
gonna
you're a
go ahead and
problem.
call it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys, and I will talk to you later, Nate.
right, Josh.
Just send me whatever ideas you have, and if it's something I can help with, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you know video editing and stuff like that, that would be great helpful. But
I mean, it depends on how elaborate you want, but yeah.
I mean, I'm going to learn too, but it's just starting. It's a starting process, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
But
all right, Josh, well, you have a good night. And once again, my
you too.
condolences, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.
No problem.
All right. Take care.
Mm,
Nice meeting you.
Take care. Nice to meet you, Alex.
All right. Lou, I'm
Bye.
gonna take off too, man.
You can head out, huh? All right, but yeah, hey, so
All right, same
before,
here.
before you leave, question for you.
What's up?
What does the medical field talk about when you hear the word deja vu? Is there some sort of like medical reason why people have deja vu? Is it something tied to with like stress? Is it a neurological thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't really say anything without like knowing a little bit more about your history. Like I can't like just snap to a judgment, based off of like
Sure.
one or two lines that I heard, during the podcast. But
Right.
okay, hold on. Let me wait until my voice stops reverberating through my head. But what I can say is that, stress can be a factor. And based on what I know, that what you've, you know, been through since the last time I seen you, that may be something to look into, the stress factor,
Touche.
because you've been through a lot, bro.
Indeed. Like I said, I just recently graduated college, so I'm working on trying to find the right career job now. Which I have a few things lined up. My degree is a bachelor's of science in communications.
Yeah,
Once
congratulations.
I get, thanks, brother. Once I get a career lined up, I think I'm going to proceed with going back for a master's. A doctorate in my field would be considered a psychology degree. So I don't know if I really want to go as far as getting my doctorate because I don't really want to be a psychologist. Not that I
Hmm.
wouldn't be a great psychologist. I think, and if I did become a psychologist, I would be focusing on military mental health. That's something that's really deep and close to my heart because I know we have a lot of brothers and sisters who served with us in the military, who still serve with you in the military, who I feel like could benefit from another veteran, talking to them and explaining to them, I've been through the same situations they have because, we've been
Hmm.
downrange to Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever. So I can relate. I feel like becoming a psychologist as a veteran would be a huge, I would have nowhere, but
Hmm.
I would have so many places to go to help so many veterans. Um,
Hmm.
and it would be an honor for me to do, but I don't know if I want to be a psychologist. My dream
Yeah.
job is I actually applied for my dream job this week, so we'll see
Hmm.
how that goes. Cross the fingers.
I mean, you know, psychologist is a long road, you know. So at 43, I'm 44, right? So you're 43.
Right. Yep.
So you got to start thinking about, time, right? So to become a
Correct.
psychologist, how long is it going to be? It's going to be what, like 8, 10 years?
Another 4 years.
Another
At least
four
another 4
years?
years.
At least
Another
another
2
four
for my
years.
master's, and then another 2 for my doctoral thesis and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a long road. But what we use in the Army these days is licensed social workers, you know, which is a lot shorter route, but you still, have an impact. So, I mean, that may
There
be
you go.
something to
There you
consider
go.
too if you want to work with them like that,
Um,
because a lot of them, a lot of the social workers that we work with are actually veterans too, just like you're saying, so you can relate with them if that's what you want to do, you know.
I mean, it would be something it would be worth doing if I had a career path lined up on that. I mean, I would love to do it. I mean,
Hmm.
there's nothing like. I mean, how many deep conversations do we have in Iraq? How many deep conversations have you had with other soldiers since
Hmm.
since we left Iraq and things like that. And
Yeah.
even though we're not in active war zones anymore, there are still soldiers out there still struggling with the things that they've seen over there.
Yeah.
Veterans too, and so it's. I will say, I noticed a thing. So, like since military, it's gotten easier to cope with the things I've seen and the things I've done. However, they're always in my brain. PTSD is never going to leave me. It's always going to be a part of who I am. But it gets easier to deal with and cope with the further away from the war I get. But like I said, my buddy was killed that first deployment while we were down there, and it just really shook me, man. It did. It shook me. So I celebrate the anniversary of his death every year. This year would be, he passed away in 2007. May of 2007. So it's been what, 7? I'm not a good mathematician right
almost
now.
20 years.
Yeah. 3 more years. So 17 years. Yeah.
17 years. Yeah.
But anyways, like you said, if you said you have to bounce out of here, Rat, it's been great seeing you again.
Yeah,
We're going to have to definitely catch up.
Yeah.
If I get back on the road and start driving truck again, if I'm ever in El Paso, I'm gonna give you a ring, brother.
Of course, man. Of course.
Well, get a drink or something together.
Yeah, man. For sure. It's nice seeing you again, Lou.
Yeah, you too, brother. You have a good night, and thanks for joining the show for us.
Man, I'm glad you're doing well, bro.
I'm doing what I can to, I'm doing what I can.
Which is well enough.
Right? Well, I don't know if you ever heard about Saucedo, how he's doing.
Yeah, I saw him on Facebook like the other day for the first time in years, and so it looks like he's doing all right according to the
So
profile and shit.
Last time I talked to him, which is like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago now, he had just graduated college, got his psychology degree.
Yeah.
He was buying a house. He was getting married. Like everything looked good for him. So I mean,
yeah,
that's a surprise, because he was a good guy. He wasn't maybe the brightest when we were.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he wasn't the sharpest tool in the damn.
He wasn't the brightest crayon in the tool shed. That's for sure.
If that's the analogy.
Use whatever analogy you want.
Yeah. You're right. I thought the same thing when I saw it. When I saw him, I thought the same thing. Shit.
Yeah. He's doing great. Yeah, I'm very proud of him. And it's good to see. It's good to see soldiers like that have success post military too. So, but yeah, I do this podcast because what I want to do. I want to be a sports broadcaster, and so here is my platform to expose myself. Right. I just applied for a job here in my local town where I'm at now. Our local channel 8 news station needs a sports anchor. So we'll see if I get that job. If I don't get that job, I've got another job lined up as a marketer for a radio broadcasting company. So I'd be marketing their time on the airwaves. So either way, I'm going to be hitting 6 figures here soon, which for Idaho would be great because cost of living here in Idaho has skyrocketed and it sucks.
Is it though? Shit. I thought that was one of the last places to go when you wanted to hide out
when I first moved here to Idaho, right? When I first moved here to Idaho in 2013, I could get a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment for $600 a month. I'm in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment paying $1,600 a month.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how much the cost of living.
COVID did that though. COVID did that. Like when everybody left California, they were coming to places like Idaho, Texas, all these Midwestern states, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I just sold my $2 million house to leave California, and now I'm gonna drop $300,000 cash on you in order for you to give me this house," and it just fucked the industry up,
Well, not only that, but they started doing the remote work from home
Yeah,
type
and
things, right?
remote
So they come up
working.
here and
People
buy a
from New
cheaper
York
house.
did the
They
same shit.
still-
You know,
yeah, they can still get paid. They can still get paid
Yeah.
the big dollars to
New
work
York
out
wages,
of California.
California wages, living in Utah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it
And
just
it
fucked the
screwed
industry
entire
up.
thing.
So, you know,
It did. It did.
yeah, yeah. It is
We'll
what
get
it
back
is,
there.
though. Yeah,
We'll
we'll
get back there.
recover. So,
We will.
anyway,
Well,
Lou,
Rhett, it's been good to see you, dude.
for sure, bruh. I'm glad you're doing all right. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm glad, you know, you're happy and all this other shit, bruh. For real.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. My team's winning Super Bowls and everything. I'm doing good. So,
Hi, man.
hey,
Let me get off this thing.
now, hold on. Vouch for me for a second. Was I not a Chiefs fan in the Army?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you went to the grave with that shit. Like everybody, we'll tell the stories later about how everybody used to dump on your ass, but everything that you fucking did.
And
man,
I told
which is
everybody.
what-
I told everybody when I was in
Yeah.
the Army that one day my team is going to win a Super Bowl. One day. I was not lying.
Yeah,
I was
hell yeah.
not lying.
You were right. You are a prophet.
The prophecy has been spoken. All right, Rhett.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
let you go. Tell your family I said hi, and it's great seeing you
Yeah,
again. I
same
love
to
you
you,
like a
man.
brother. You have a good night.
Hell yeah. All right, take care, bro.
Bye.
Yep.
All right, everybody. That was my buddy Ratliff. An amazing dude. I haven't seen him in a long, long time, guys. Oh man, it's been too good to catch up with him. I'm gonna put this other headset away. Kind of bothers you wearing the headsets. Now that it's just me, I don't have the reverberation from the show. Tommy, you just applied for the one over there on Lincoln, you said. Eric, I would love to come to the Philippines, but I would need to make money and stuff, right? I would need to make money and stuff. Well, what would I guess I should say this? What would $1,400 a month get me in the Philippines? I'm sorry he didn't answer your question, Tommy. I should have asked the question while we were on. I'll shoot him a message later on Facebook because, like I said, he was an Army combat medic of mine, and I'll ask him that question. I'll get answers for you. Compressed discs are not fun; they suck. Matter of fact, my roommate's wife just went into surgery today for a compressed disc or something. Surgery went well; she's fine. She should be home tomorrow, and then she'll be here at the house for 2 weeks, recovering, while her husband goes out and drives truck, at least. So, my dog was falling asleep, even though he just went out not too recently. Anyways, viewers. I've got 3 viewers, it looks like. I think it's probably Eric, Tommy, and I don't know who else. Feel free to comment in the comment section. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk to tonight. We are now just an hour into the podcast. We've got another hour left. So we can talk about whatever. This is free form it for the rest of this time. Ask your questions. I will answer the best I can. Eric, you want to join the podcast? By all means, you know what to do. I can send you. I'll send you an invite anyways, even if you don't decide to join. You can still join if you want to. It's not a. Tommy, you can join from your cell phone if you have an email address. Hit me up on Facebook with an email address. If you want to join the show, you can. You can join with a cell phone. I was thinking about that earlier after I told you you needed like a computer or something like that, but you don't have to have a computer. Let's see. Who else? What else can we talk about today, guys? Let's take a look at some news, guys. Let's see what's in the news. Haven't done my news broadcast like I usually do, like the first part of the show. New Middle East discovery may corroborate epic biblical account. Interesting. You guys hear about this spacecraft they found in Missouri? Like they were building a building or something like that out there in Missouri, and apparently they unearthed a big giant spacecraft or some kind. They're not sure what to make of it. It was buried. It's extremely old. I don't know if it's like a War of the Worlds type situation or what, but it's very interesting to talk about, right? Let's see. That's different. I don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. We're closing some of these pages. For any sports fans, I do have some sports news. This is regarding Kansas City. Okay. This is all right. From Topeka, Kansas. Kansas City Governor Laura Kelly signed legislation Friday enabling the state to lure the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and the Major League Baseball Kansas City Royals away from neighboring Missouri by helping the teams pay for new stadiums. This has been an issue the last couple of years. The stadiums need renovations and things like that. They have been renovating the stadiums to make them more modernized, but the infrastructure of the stadiums is what's kind of what they're talking about. Kelly's action came 3 days after the Republican-led legislature approved the measure. The bipartisan Supreme majorities, an unusually quick turnaround in the signals how urgently Kansas officials consider making offers. So here pretty soon, the Kansas people from the Kansas side can actually start petitioning to get the Chiefs and the Royals moved to the Kansas side of Kansas City. They would still be the Kansas City Royals and the Kansas City Chiefs, but they would be moving to the Kansas side. If you don't know, Kansas City is divided between both states. It sits on the border. Half of it is in Missouri, half of it is in Kansas. Missouri officials have argued the decisions about building new stadiums are still in early stages. They said construction for a new one typically takes about years. Takes about 3 years to be appointed out the lease of the existing complex. So where they're still playing, they have leases until January of 2031. They can continue to play there. The measure Kelly signed takes effective July 1st and will allow bonds to cover 70% of new stadium costs. Kansas would have 30 years to pay them off, and revenues of sports betting, state lottery, and ticket sales. So it's weird because Missouri doesn't allow sports betting. Kansas does. So if they move over to, let's see, rent is about $100 to $200 a month. You're kidding me, dude. Dude, I can live off of my $1,400 a month in the Philippines. That's crazy. Oh. And I saw the price now there of gas is less than $1. Less than $1 in American money. That's, I don't know the currency exchange rate until I go look it up. Currency exchange rate. Let's see. I don't want euro. I want Philippines. It's a Philippine peso. It was called a peso. That's crazy. So $1 American is equivalent to 58.86 pesos. And I wouldn't have to actually lose my American citizenship. Even if I just took a vacation down there to come see you, Eric, it would be affordable as heck. Let's see, what does a flight cost to the Philippines? Let's look at this up here. How far are you from Manila? Yeah, you can use cell phones on here. I was trying to get Tommy to come join me on. Tommy, if you just give me your email address, you can jump on and chat with me live. How far are you away from Manila, Eric? And I did send you an email too if you wanted to join the podcast. Be nice to have some people on here to talk to. A flight to Manila costs $2,300, starting at $2,300. Salt Lake City to Manila. One passenger, August 13th through the 19th. I'd come back. Spend a week down there. I mean, the most expensive thing would be my ticket down there, right? Leaving Saturday, August or Friday. I would leave Friday, let's say Monday, August 19th. Let's say I came back August 13th. Hold on. 13th to the 19th. Monday, August 19th. Return. So I can see the comments out there. Tuesday, August 13th, lowest price. Return Monday, August 19th. So it'd be like 6 days down there, 5 days, whatever. Flexible dates. Those are flexible dates. What if I'm not too? What if I'm more flexible? Let's see. Isn't there a military base in Manila, like an Air Force base? Because they're here, they just fly. What do they call those? A MAC flight. Catch a MAC flight from, let's say, might take me a little bit longer to get there because I might route a couple different military bases. Let's say Hill Air Force Base to like Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, and then Texas to I don't know Hawaii or something like that. And it might be a couple of different flights on a MAC flight. Probably be a lot cheaper than $2,500. That is, let's just do Delta. Let's just do this one. Travelocity. Generally, where I go to find like cheap flights is just one of the travel sites. Let's see, where to? Salt. Like, what is going on here? Where to? Manila, Philippines. We want to leave dates. We're going to leave in like, let's just say July or August 5th, which is a Monday. We'll return August 12th. That's a week, right? Done. Let's add a car while we're down there. One traveler. Let's see. Do I need a room? Let's find a. Like I said, Eric, how far are you from Manila? Whoever's online. I don't know who's online. I think it is probably Tommy and Ashley, probably. All right, so one adult, one room. Just kind of curious what it would cost for me to travel to Manila. Flights. Let's look for flights. Leaving from Salt Lake. Going to Manila. Like I said, we're going to leave August 5th, come back the 12th. Done. One traveler, search, go. I'll see on this side, it's $1,800 to fly from here to Manila. I can save a few dollars if I fly August 2nd. And return August 9th. I would save like $200. All right. Here I am pricing out flights to Manila. Because Eric said that it's extremely cheap to live down there. $100 a month or $200 a month for rent. Now, is that, like I said, Eric, is that like in the country where you're from? Are you staying in the country? Like, what part of the Philippines are you in right now? Copy. You still there, Tommy, or did you leave too? I've got 2 viewers. I know it's probably like not most like fun thing, and they're sitting here talking about me traveling to Philippines or whatever, but I'm not going to the Philippines. I'd have to get my passport as well. Maybe when I get one of these new jobs, right? By the way, if any of you guys watching have any good insights on good jobs, let me know. I just got my bachelor's degree in communications, and I'm ready to use it, which is why I have this podcast platform here. All right, so let's do some things. I'm going to poll the audience. This is going to be an audience thing, okay? We're going to figure out. Okay, here we go. Poll questions. Let's find. Okay, here's a question I'm going to ask, guys. I want you guys to tell me in the responses, and you can comment on this later. I'll come back and watch this one later. Do you think Kansas is going to get the Kansas City Chiefs and Royals to move to the Kansas side? Yes or no? You guys can vote on that. Probably not a lot of people are going to vote, but let me see. Banners. Great banner. Kansas City. All right, guys. There's my poll question today. Are you going to try to work in store over there at the this Lincoln location, right? Do you live closer to the Lincoln store or do you live closer to the Ammon store? Because I know they need some in-store help at the Ammon store where I work. So you would just make pizzas and prep work and stuff like that. I'm a driver over there. If you have your license, you can drive too. They have company cars you can drive. So it just depends. I know if my friend, let's see. Oh man, Wesley, what's up, Wesley? Got Zach Attack on. Are you working tonight? Oh, excuse me. Who else is on that would like to come see the show? My sister is on. Invite my sister to come watch the podcast if she will. I don't know if she will or not. Oh, have her come join the podcast. That'd be awesome too. But anyways, don't have a lot of viewers right now. Which I mean, I did for a little while there. The first part of the show, I had a lot of viewers. It's pretty cool. I think my sister is just getting off work. Her and my brother can come watch the podcast if he's not working. He's been working a lot lately too, so Brr, 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 brr. See if I get Angie to join. I've got 2 viewers. What's up to my other viewer, whoever you are? I know Tommy is one of my viewers. Maybe Ashley's one of my viewers. It's my sister. What up, girl? Oh my gosh. I do this every Friday night, sis. I mean, I come on here and I join a podcast. I'm telling you, thanks for joining the live show. You can go check out all the other shows I've done over the past few months, but I'm loving it, man. My sister's so awesome. Is Wes at work? He probably is. He's a workaholic. I tell you right now, my brother works his butt off. He does. He really does. He works so much. He needs a vacay. We all need a vacay. Since we need to go on some vacay. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, hey, listen. My buddy Eric, who was on here a few minutes ago, Eric Eason, it says Team Eason up there. He lives in the Philippines with his new wife. Dude, he was telling me like the Philippines, like you could pay like $100, $200 American dollars for rent down there. So like American money goes so much further. Dude, you want to do a 4th of July? Come up here. We have a big fireworks show. I know me and Ashley were talking today about we don't really want to go up to Boise this year for fireworks. So you guys should come up here. You, mom, and dad. You'll have to come up, and we'll have to get you another hotel room because if you guys going to come up and see fireworks, like you have to. I don't know. The fireworks show here they block it off, so it'd be weird to see fireworks from my apartment. We'd have to go maybe up into the hills and watch them from up there or something. But yeah, we can do 4th of July. Dude, we can swim at the pool here. We can barbecue. Let's do something. We'll do something. Seriously, come up here to Idaho Falls for 4th of July. I would love that. Try to more viewers, but it was good. Yes, for sure, Tommy. Thanks for joining us. My sister says she is down skis to come up for the 4th of July. Hells to the yeah, girl. I'm assuming you get a couple days off, or at least a day off, or the whatever, the 4th of July. I'm supposed to work on the 4th of July at Domino's, but no. I'll look up hotels after my talking time. Gotcha. The hotel you guys stayed at, mom and dad liked it. I don't know how you felt about it, other than the fact that it only had I tried getting 2 beds. Yeah, that was kind of a mix up. It's probably why the room was so cheap. But there are a couple hotels right here in my housing area. And to be honest with you, we could literally go buy some fireworks and shoot them off right here in my parking lot behind it. Yeah, it's a good hotel. Like the breakfast there is good, everything. But if you come up here, so like they shut down I-15, so you guys will have to come up like either early in the morning on the 4th or the 3rd and spend the night, and then have the 4th here and then spend the night again. So 2 nights. Probably I would probably plan on 2 nights. If Wesley could come, that'd be awesome too. Like I'd love to see him. I haven't seen my bro in a long time. No, I don't need that job at Domino's. I don't need it. I just, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to run and grab some more iced tea. And I'll be right back. And we'll have some more discussions. All right. Anyways, this is homemade iced tea. I made this right here at the house. It's none of that powder stuff. It's actual tea. Took me a day and a half to make. So I had to let it sit for a while. Yeah, let's get some good topics going on here. I was talking earlier, Kim. I don't want to alarm you, but I was in the hospital Wednesday night. Yeah, I figured you were just getting home from work, but yeah, I spent Wednesday night in the hospital. I didn't spend the whole night. I was just there for a couple hours, but it was really weird. I'm trying to explain this to you. I was having like these deja vu like things, right? So early in the morning, I had a couple deja vu things. Generally, when you have deja vu, you don't think much about it. You're just like, whatever, it happens. You know, we all go through it. Everyone has deja vu occasionally. Well, later on, when I was at work at Domino's, I kept having them. They were like really prominent deja vu. Like they were giving me stress and anxiety. They were putting like pressure on my chest. So after I got off work at Domino's, I went right to the hospital. I'm like, I've got to go. So I went in. I got checked out. They ran blood work and stuff like that. The doctor was like, nothing. He goes, your blood pressure's good, which is great because last time I went to the VA doctor, my blood pressure was super high. So I was like, well, I don't know what's wrong then. He said it's probably just stress, working too much, which is fine. I do have good news on the work front. I actually have a couple job interviews this week. One of them is probably going to offer me the job. The other one is still up in the air. I haven't had a call back from them, but I applied for Channel 8 News here in Idaho Falls for a sports anchor position where I'd be on the news talking sports. And then the other job is a marketing job for a radio station up here. But yeah, I wouldn't have to work as much. I'd work one job. It would pay all my bills. And then I have to decide whether I want to go join the National Guard or not. So that's another question I can ask. This is a poll question I'm going to ask people because I want to hear from my peeps out here. Banners. I need banners. Let's hide that banner. Let's edit this banner. Should I join? I definitely spelled that wrong. Putting up another one here. That one. I would love to get that job. I hope I get that job, dude. I think I'd be a good sports anchor. I just haven't heard back from them. So you remember Mike, Heidi's husband, right? Crystal's that's her aunt. Crystal's aunt's husband, Mike, correct? He works for Channel 8 here in Idaho Falls. They're the company they work for is a national chain of like television companies. Like Channel 8 or Channel 5 it's KSL essentially. It's the same network essentially. Anyways, he works over there. I don't know what he does there, but he was telling me it's funny because he goes, well, because he works at Domino's too with me over there, and he saw me at Domino's and he was talking. He goes, because I told him I applied for that position. He goes, yeah. He goes, they've already interviewed like 4 or 5 people for that. I go, well, shucks, that kind of sucks. You know, they'll probably offer one of those people the job. However, it's funny because he goes, well, all the people they interviewed are from like Rhode Island or Florida. And I'm like, I'm from Idaho Falls. Like, if they hired me, I'd be right on there. I wouldn't have to move. I wouldn't have to relocate. right here. Anyways, the other job is a marketing job. I'd be selling airtime for a radio station, which the lady that left that position that I applied for, that I'm probably getting hired for, I'm actually interviewing probably Tuesday for. She was making $90,000 a year at that job. So it's got potential. I just need a job that's going to pay enough to pay my bills and put me in a better spot to build a get a house and do the things I want to do. Now that I've got my degree out of the way, once I get a career started, I'm going to probably go back to college and work on my master's degree. But yeah, the question, guys, anybody watching or that might watch now or later, should I join the Idaho National Guard? It's a possibility. Could try. I'll keep getting notifications on my phone too. Third print. All right. Well, Kim, thanks for joining the show. It was sure fun seeing you. My roommate, by the way, Cheyenne, absolutely thought you were gorgeous, by the way. She's in the bath. She's showering now, but her mom just actually ended up in the hospital yesterday. She had a pinched disc or something in her spine. She had surgery on it today, this morning. Surgery went well. She's fine. But yeah, she's out. She's out of surgery. She's not out of the hospital. But she should be back here tomorrow. But yeah, let's plan something for 4th of July. Do barbecue here at the house, whatever. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm glad you joined. You make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube too, because that helps me get my ratings up, my thing up there. Let me see how many subscribers I have. I'd be interested to know. So interested to know how many subscribers I have on YouTube right now. My buddy Zach, I worked with him over at subscription done. She says, okay, cool. Cool. I've got another subscriber. Everybody gets humpback whales. A little Dane Cook humor for all those people out there. I got 40 subscribers, folks. 15 videos I've posted, 40 subscribers. This is going ape nuts, man. I'm telling you. Tonight's been a good night on the podcast. I had my buddy Josh come on. My buddy Josh just lost his grandmother. He explained it something weird. He was like, "It's my mom's mom. She passed away." I'm like, "Your grandmother?" Like, just say that. I had my buddy Alexander Ratliff on with us earlier tonight too. He's a good guy. I served with him in the Army. We were together in Iraq. He was our medic in our company, and he is he's now an Army doctor. He's stationed down in El Paso, Texas, which I believe is Fort Bliss. No, it's not Fort Bliss. Anyways, it's down there in El Paso, Texas, right on the border is Mexico and the United States. That's where he's at right now. Whoops. I don't want to do that. Let's go back here. Watch the live showing here. Boo-boo. All right, what else should we talk about, guys? We got lots we could talk about. We still have another 25 minutes. I'll be online. Kim, go invite a bunch of your friends. I want to build a following. Now I've got 2 viewers. Nice. Hello to my 2 viewers. I know my sister's one of them. Robo Kimbo. I love your name, Kim. That's awesome. Robo Kimbo. I like that. It's awesome. Who else do we got viewing us tonight? Got 2 viewers. I did have a friend of mine, Angie. If she ever joins us again, I'd love to take her up on her offer. She's said she's not too familiar with how our government works, right? I told her I could explain some stuff to her, like help her out. You are a machine, Kim. You work a lot. You and Wesley work like so much. Like, of course, I do too. We all got it from Dad because Dad was a workaholic. But and I love that man. He's awesome. I don't know, Kim. I told Mom and Dad this. Oh crap! I just broke my mic thing here. I guess I'll leave it like this. Anyway, actually, what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, you were gonna say that we all got our work ethics from Dad. You're not wrong. Yeah, we all became workaholics because of that man. He taught us the value of hard work. I think just snapped right off, didn't it? Huh. Oh, it is broken in half. Got you. Didn't snap all the way off. Okay. Anyways, yeah, Dad was he worked a lot. I was telling the story the other day about how he would ride. He would get up at like 4 in the morning and get ready for work, make his own lunch. I remember that. Mom was like, "Oh my gosh, you're not wrong." She would like call in sick to Walmart and then go shopping at Walmart where she works. She's that lady. But no, I was telling the story about Dad the other day and how he would get up at like 4 in the morning, shower, make a lunch, and pack a lunch with him and stuff like that, and then walk down to the bus stop, and ride the bus across town to be at work at like 7 in the morning, and then he would work all the way till like 5 or 6 in the evening, get off work, ride the bus all the way home, and just workaholic. He'd get home and start cleaning the house. Queen Julie, you're not wrong. She was always, oh my gosh. I just remember me and Corey, my friend Corey Razor, we would always talk Mom into taking us out to lunch. Like, it was so easy to ask her, like, "Mom, come on, we got to lunch. We're hungry, right? You're hungry too, I'm sure." We would talk her into taking us out to lunch. I love her so much too. She's that lady. Oh man, she's a great woman. I was actually I wanted to tell you this too, Kim. I already told Mom and Dad, talked to Mom and Dad about it, but I've actually decided to. We do have the coolest mom. I've actually decided to reach out and try to find my biological mom and dad, mainly for medical reasons, right? So I kind of want to know, like, if I'm prone to like cancer or some sort of medical conditions and stuff like that. But maybe maybe they're good people. Maybe they're nice people. I don't know. Maybe they'd be fun to meet and just get to know. Not because I want to have another mom and dad. I'm never replacing mom and dad. Dwayne and Julie Lewis are the best thing that ever happened to me, aside from my sister and brother and my children. Hands down, mom and dad are the best. I'm not replacing them with anybody. I have over the years had other people that I called mom and dad. Right, right. Ain't no replacing them, and I'm not doing that. But I just want to kind of find my biological mom or dad and just kind of figure out what kind of like medical things I'm in for. I did find out from mom last time I was down there that my biological mom was only 17 when she gave birth to me. So she's probably, hopefully, still alive, but she would only be 60, about 60 years old. So she'd still be kind of young. Yeah, I mean, how do you and Wesley feel about that? Finding your biological parents and at least reaching out to them and getting to know what your life could have been or might have been. Um, and my biological mom would probably be living in Salt Lake right now because that's where I was born. That's where she was from. I mean, she may have moved. I don't know. I talked to LDS Social Services today. I called them just to see how that process started, and they said that I would have to. They have another portion of the church that does that now, where they will give me information, not names or anything like that, but they'll give me information like she was this tall, red hair, um, any kind of medical conditions or whatever like that. Um, yeah, I mean that's valid. Like your feelings on that are valid. You can, if you've never really had feelings about reaching out and trying to find your biological parents, that's 100% get that. I mean, she is probably a redhead. I mean, there's no denying. I didn't get this from. I mean, my dad probably could have been a redhead. I don't know. Um, and like I said, there's not much on my birth certificate about my biological father. Uh, there's not wasn't much information. The only information I've ever got from mom and dad is that my mom was kind of short. She was like 5'6" or something like that, and then uh, I think she did have blonde hair or red hair, and that's it. And then recently it was when mom told me that my biological mom was only 17 when she gave me up for adoption. So it probably was a teen pregnancy gone wrong. And, you know, because of LDS Social Services, I'm still here. Abortion wasn't a big thing back then. So didn't say they weren't happening. They didn't happen, but they weren't as prominent as they are today. I mean, I could have been. Yeah, I could have been. Two teenagers out on a wild date night, and next thing you know, mom's pregnant. So it's nothing to say. Yeah, she didn't give up on me. She gave me more. No, you're not wrong. Um, I have been extremely blessed with the parents I've had that raised me, and once again, I'm never going to trade them for anything. They're my parents. That's my mom and dad. That's who I consider mom and dad. Even if, even if I meet my real mom, she may be my real mom, but she's not going to replace the woman I call mom. She'll be a friend to me. She'll be a part of my life. I will. I mean, as long as she's a a good-hearted person. I don't see why she wouldn't be. Um, she was young. We make mistakes when we're young. Um, but no, you're right. I just find it quite interesting that you and Wesley have the same mother, same father. That's awesome. Like you guys are unequivocally 100% blood brother and sister, and that's freaking amazing. And I remember exactly how I felt. Like when you came into our life, Kimberly, it was different. We um, we didn't know. I didn't know. I think mom and dad knew. I didn't know. I thought I was in trouble because the principal of Lake Ridge Elementary was Principal Polson, who just so happened to be the brother of mom and dad's adoption agent. Um, you guys are together because of me, and I mean, well, you're in this family because of me. You guys might have been placed together in another family if I hadn't have said anything, but I wanted a black sister and a black brother. I wanted it. I wanted it that way. I chose I chose that. I could have chosen any other baby doll in that room. For those of you who are watching who are kind of confused, like what's going on? Talking to my sister, she's on here with us right now. And when after my parents adopted me, and I'm forever grateful for you, sis. You have made my life just a joy to live every day, knowing that I have a sister as amazing as you in my life. um, but no, uh, my mom and dad adopted me. I was 9 days old upon adoption. Um, and then 7 or 8 years later, my mom and dad take me to the adoption agency and we're filling out paperwork to adopt another child. Well, they take me into a room in the back and it's full of dolls. Uh, Girl dolls, boy dolls, all different colors. I'm talking black dolls, Hispanic dolls, Asian dolls, just dolls. And the lady says, which kind of brother or sister would you like? And for whatever in me it was, I walked straight over to the little black girl doll and I picked it up and I said, I want a little sister just like this. And sure enough, a few years later, here comes my sister. And like I said, the day we went to the day we went to pick her up at the adoption, I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. I get pulled out of school. I got sent to the principal's office, and I'm not being told anything. I'm thinking I'm in trouble. I'm like, man, what did I do? I'm racking my brain on trying to figure out what I did wrong. As I'm telling this story, my sister is both crying and laughing, and probably at the same time. um, anyways, racking my brain over what's going on, and so I finally get down to the adoption agency, and I thought, oh, we're just doing more paperwork. Okay, until we're in the office with our adoption agency, Mr. Polson, who, like I said, happened to be the brother of the principal of my school, Lake Ridge Elementary in Magna, Utah. And some lady comes in and says, Nathan, would you follow me, please? I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm going back to the room to pick out another doll. I don't know. I walk with this lady back. She opens the door. We walk in a room. There's a lady holding this baby, and she's rocking her in a rocking chair. And she says, Nathan, would you like to meet your sister? And I tell you right now that I could still remember the excitement in my body. I almost fainted. Um, and I went over there, and there's this beautiful black little baby laying in this lady's arms. She's feeding her a bottle because my sister was about, I think, 7 weeks old at this time. And she put her in my arms. And from that moment on, I was in love. She was my sister forever. I carried her down the hallway. There's pictures of me almost dropping my sister on the ground because I was still young and small, and my sister was to me big at the time. Yeah, the picture of you carrying me out of mom and dad. Oh, I was so excited. Oh, trust me, it was like one of the best days of my life. It just absolutely hands down. It still is one of the best days of my life to this day. Um, and I remember the night before we went and got family pictures at the church. Um, and the very next day, we called the church photographer up and said, we need more pictures. And they argued with us. And we said we pay for more because I remember this specifically. They argued. They didn't want to give us more pictures. And my mom said, wait, you don't understand. We just adopted another baby and we would like our daughter to be in the pictures. And so literally the next day we went down and took pictures. And I remember those pictures vividly because there we were with our new baby girl in our life. And dad has the absolute biggest grin on his face. He was just the happiest man alive because he now had a little princess in his life. Kimberly, these are just stories of our life. Anyways, let's fast forward another year later. Kimberly's a year old now, and ring, ring. The phone rings again. I'm at the table in the kitchen doing homework at our first house in Magna, and Dad is, yeah, you are his princess. I tell you right now. Anyways, so a year later, I'm at the table doing homework, and the phone rings again. Mom's on the phone for probably 10 or 15 minutes. It seemed like longer than that, but it was probably 10 or 15 minutes. And she hangs up the phone and she says, Nathan, would you like a little brother? And my excitement again. Heck yeah, I do. And she explained to me that the mother of my sister had another baby and wants to place the baby in the same home with the sister. And so we lucked out and we got a little brother. And he is a stud. He's amazing. I love the kid. He's not a kid anymore. He's a grown man. I love him. I love my sister. I love them both with everything I am. They, I don't know what my life would be without my brother and sister in my life. I don't know who I'd be. I know we as siblings have had our spats and our fights. He was the last piece of our puzzle. and he completed the last piece of the puzzle and created our entire family. And I am so grateful for my brother and sister and just having them as family members, a brother and sister in my life has been a blessing to me. My whole life has been completely changed for the better. Even though I know we've butted heads quite often, we still love each other. I still love my brother and sister more than words can even express. So yeah, that's my story of my sister here and my brother Wesley, who's probably hard at work tonight. Shout out to him. Show him this later on, Kimberly. Tell him how much I love him. As siblings do, we fight each other. Anyone else does it. Yeah, anyone else does it, game over. You fight my sister or my brother and you're not family, we're gonna have problems. I would gladly defend my brother or sister. Hands down. Hands down. You know? Even when I'm wrong or they're wrong, I still love them. Still love them. Never gonna change. Now that we've had a good cry, right? I end my podcast. I will. He's gonna love it. Yeah, I hope so. I miss the kid. Tell him I love him. If there's any way he can come up for 4th of July, bring him. I'd love to see him. I'd love to hang out with him. I miss my brother. I don't see him as often as I need to. Look, life is a lot shorter than people think. In the grand scheme of things, right? Whether you believe in a higher deity or you believe in science, space, physics, the laws of whatever, life is just a fleeting glimpse of what we are in the grand scheme of everything, right? If you believe in God, I'm not saying you have to be atheist, but if you believe in God on this channel, good for you. Your beliefs are valid, right? I'm not here to force religion on anyone, but if you believe in God, our specks of life, the 60 to 100, whatever, 120 years we live on this planet, are just a tiny dot on the overall spectrum of what is time and what is God's existence, right? If you don't believe in God and you believe in science, our universe has been around for 14.5 billion years. Our 120 years of existence is once again a little dot on the existence of what our universe is. So whatever you believe in, understand that family is more important than anything on this earth. Family and the love of family and friends is bigger than anything else we could ever imagine. And it's a small blip, like I said. So cherish the moments you have with your family as often as you can, because you never know when they won't be there anymore. You wake up one morning and those people are going to be gone. And I say that because we've had family members gone. You think to yourself, oh, I'm going to see them this 4th of July or this next family reunion, gone. Not there. You go to the family reunion, everyone else is there but that person, and it's different. Life is different when the people, the loved ones that we have with us, leave us, right? I'm not saying that we need to be sad or just, the memories that those people have shared with us throughout their lives need to remain in our thoughts forever. And I speak of, let's say, one family member, for example, Kimberly knows, our Aunt Bonnie. Aunt Bonnie, we may have butted heads. She was deep into her religious faith, which is great. And every time you left her house, you had to read the little plaque she had next to her door. Return with honor. Remember who you are. Choose the right. And she would tell you that every time you left this house. Return with honor. Choose the right. And ever since she's passed away, I think about those constantly. Every time I leave my house, return with honor. I think about the words of my old first sergeant that I was in the Army when he talked about always improve yourself. It's kind of the same concept. Return with honor. Improve yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. Be better tomorrow than you were today. Always improve yourself. If I don't teach you guys anything on this podcast, if I go through my whole podcast and no one learns anything because I didn't teach anything today, and I've already hit my 2-hour mark, which I don't have to follow the 2-hour mark. I'm the producer of this podcast, so I can go as long as I want. I choose 2 hours because I really kind of want to narrow it down to a good time frame. People will come watch when they want to watch, right? But I do want to leave this podcast at the end of this show and talk about how grateful I am for the opportunity to have this podcast. I started this podcast on a challenge from my, I guess, brother-in-law, Ashley's brother, Greg. he told me one night, he said, when he was staying at my apartment, my old apartment here, he stayed there for the night. And I told him I wanted to do a podcast. And he says, "What's stopping you?" And I thought about that. I'm like, what is stopping me? I don't need fancy mics, computers, and cameras and stuff. I've kind of invested in a mic and a nice camera and stuff to help me build this podcast. I'm growing a following, and I want my following to be on here and to understand that this podcast is about learning. This podcast is about sharing ideas. This podcast is about doing things. Hold on, right now. This podcast is about us educating each other and helping us become better individuals, not just for ourselves, but for the people around us, but also for ourselves. Hold on. Yeah. Send me an email. Hold on a second, guys. Send me your email. I'll have you jump on the podcast with me. I'm getting off here soon, but you can jump on and chat for a minute. But anyways, yeah. The guy that wants to join me right here, he's a good friend of mine. I worked with him at Olive Garden. His name is Morgan. He grows mushrooms, not for not the drug mushrooms. He's growing mushrooms for like medicinal mushrooms. A lot of people use them. There's a coffee company called Mudwater. I actually really want to. Okay, here we're going to get him on the show. I actually really want to try their product. It's like coffee, but it's coffee made from mushrooms, and it's 2102 at Gmail. Anyways, it's coffee made from mushrooms. I would like to get them as a sponsor for my podcast. All right, email sent. All right, waiting for Morgan to jump on. But I'm gonna finish talking about. Yeah, the company's called Mudwater. They make coffee from mushrooms, like lion's mane and some other kind of mushrooms. It has like medical healing qualities, and they add a little bit of caffeine for the perkiness, a wake up effect, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I appreciate that, Kim. Not to waste a second. Look up. And you know what, Kim? I look up to you in a lot of ways too, because you've taught me a lot of patience. Not because you were hard to deal with or anything like that. You weren't. You really weren't. But I have grown over the last 10 years since I've been out of the military. I think the military changed me for the good and the worse and worse. Like I really like I was in the military. Before the military, I don't know, like I was different, right? And then I joined the military. I got trained to be a killer, and you know what? We're all hard to deal with, Kim. It's life, right? We learn the stubbornness from our dad, and we take that with us in our everyday life. Nothing new, nothing new. Anyways, so yeah, Morgan's going to be jumping on for a minute. I'll have Morgan on for a few minutes, and then I'll have to jump off. But until Morgan gets on, I'll try and hop on soon. Okay. Okay, no problem. I'm actually going to get off here in the next 15 minutes or so. So if you wanted to join maybe next week, or you can jump on for a few minutes tonight. Hopefully Morgan jumps on. If he doesn't want to join tonight, then I'll get him on next week or something. Anyways, no, like we learn from each other, right? And before I joined the military, I was a different person. You can ask my sister, I was a different person. Matter of fact, in high school, I swore I'd never join the military, and sure enough, I did. And then after I got out of the military, I'll never drive truck, and I did that for 10 years. So don't say you're not never going to do something, because you'll end up doing it. I promise you. You know, my goal lately was to finish college, and I did. And I learned a lot from sports. And people think, oh, sports. Some people think sports are boring. Some people really love sports and are passionate about sports. I'm one of those people. One of the greatest coaches in NBA history I've ever heard him talk about was people. When I would ask him, during the playoffs, you're looking towards, we won a series. You'd win a series against the team, 5 games, 7-game series, whatever. You'd win that series, and he'd be like, "Oh, we got to focus on the next team. No, let's focus on the next game. What do we got to do the next game? That's it. One game at a time, one day at a time." My current favorite coach of any sport right now is Andy Reid for the Kansas City Chiefs. He is a one day at a time kind of person. Let's take it one day at a time, he says, all the time. And that's what he does. He takes every day, a different day at a time, one step at a time. You've got to go through life, and you've got to crawl before you can walk. You've got to walk before you can run. Baby steps. Let's get there. Let's get to the goal together. But as we're getting to the goal, let's take it one step at a time. Let's figure it out together. Let's build a cohesive unit, and build a cohesive team. So like I said, Kimberly, if you're still watching, whoever's still watching, go add a bunch of your friends to come watch the podcast. I want to build this podcast. We talk politics, we talk sports, we talk news, we talk just general talk. I've had a session where I brought a couple of my buddies on here, and we laughed, and we told jokes and stuff like that. We do tell jokes on here. Some dirty, some clean. Once again, this is a YouTube channel, so we have to keep it appropriate for YouTube, right? We don't say anything that's going to be on my channel. I don't appreciate anybody that comes on and talks hatred talk or hateful talk, racism. I don't approve of any of that. I will block somebody or kick somebody off my YouTube channel that comes in here and talks hate or race or anything else like that. It's okay to talk about race. If we're talking about a discussion, we're having a discussion about how do we address issues of racial equality and things like that. It's okay to talk about these things. It's not okay to come in here and bash other races or use racial slurs or comments. I don't approve of it. I don't approve of it at all. We're humans, right? When we talk politics, we're Americans. We're not Democrats or Republicans. We're Americans, right? It's okay to have opinions. It's okay for someone to come in and be strong anti-gun or politically correct on their own terms, but we need to let people have their own opinions, and that's what this show is about. That's why this show is called Just the Facts. I've said it plenty of times. The show is called Just the Facts for a reason. I like to hold on. There you go. Welcome to JTF, Just the Facts. For all the people on there that don't know what my show is called, it is called Just the Facts. And that's why I'm only bringing facts to the show. When I talk about certain things, it's because I know them, or I've researched them, or I've talked about them. For example, there's been a recent trend in people talking about how the Democrats started the KKK. No, not true. Before I started the podcast tonight, talking on Facebook about the same topic. I was researching some stuff because there's a lot of people that talk about how, like I said, on TikTok and all these other platforms, people talk about, well, the Democrats started the KKK. No, they didn't. Radical extremists started the KKK. All right. Do I agree with what the KKK says? Absolutely not. I feel like they're a hate organization, just as much as the Black Panthers or these are hateful organizations. They're racial organizations that preach hatred, right? One things I don't approve of. I don't approve of teaching hatred. I don't like the word hate. I don't hate anybody. I dislike people. There are people that do things that I don't like, but I don't hate people. And I don't preach that. I don't want people coming on my show and saying stuff that is gonna incite hateful remarks or whatever. So, just like I was talking earlier about how Muslims aren't terrorists, but there are Muslims that are terrorists, but not all Muslims are terrorists. It's just like saying, what is it? Hold on. Trying to think of what I'm saying. So, like, okay, so all jacuzzis are hot tubs, but not all hot tubs are jacuzzis, right? Jacuzzi is a name brand. Hot tub is what they are, right? Exactly. Not all cops are bad. Cops get a bad rap, especially nowadays. Someone gets pulled over, they want to play this whole "I'm not rolling my window down" card. I'm not doing, guys, cooperate with the police officers. There are bad police officers out there. You're talking maybe 10%. Okay. Me and Kimberly have a cousin who served 20 something years on a police force. He has accolades of good achievements that he completed when he was a police officer. I just try to be respectful. Like, yeah. You get pulled over by the police. Don't give them any reason to pull you out of your car and beat you. And even if there are crooked cops, just cooperate with them. I mean, the crooked ones are the ones that ruin it for the rest of them. And it happens in every organization, every walk of life. Yeah, if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all. Agreed, Kimberly, agreed. Absolutely agreed. You know what, Kim, wait right here. I'm going to go get a shot. We're going to do a shot together tonight, okay? Hold on one second. Oh, ready. I just think that's truly my brother because I went to. It is shot o'clock. What are you drinking, Kim? You're drinking your normal vodka you drink, or is that not vodka? It's is it vodka you drink? I believe it is vodka you drink. You drink the vodka, right? Yeah. I'm drinking some Gentleman Jack tonight. All right, I'm doing some Gentleman Jack. Ooh, fancy pants, Rich McGee over here. Anyways, so I'm going to do this. You can take a shot with me, Kim. First of all, I want to say how much I appreciate Classy Broad. I mean, it is Gentleman Jack. I'm telling you right now, this Gentleman Jack, so you've had Jack Daniels, I'm sure you have. This in a Coke is phenomenal. Smooth. The Gentleman Jack itself is just really smooth anyways. But no, I want to give a toast to all my viewers out there, whether you're watching live or whether you watch the show later. I want to say thank you. I've reached 40 viewers, 40 followers, I should say. My goal is to reach, let's say by the end of this year, 200 followers. Okay. Not impossible to do. We can get there. And if we get more, we get more. My other goal of this show is to be able to get sponsors and people to help me sponsor the show. I want to proceed the show on with making some what do you call it? Making money so that I can give back to the viewers. I want to be like another. I mean, I'm a little bit older than him, but I want to be like another Mr. Beast. I want to be able to give money back to my community and go out and help the people that need help. Right? That's what I want to do. I've always been that way where I want to help others less fortunate than myself, even though I may be less fortunate. But yeah, I want to do contests. I want to have, be like, okay, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, one person is going to win something. I want to do that. I need a sponsor though. So I'm going to start looking for sponsors. We do get that from our mom. Yeah, you're not wrong. Wanting to help other people. I mean, Dad too. Dad would always go work at the church. He would always go on those service projects when they'd go clean some old people's like yard and weed and stuff like that. Dad was a workaholic. I'm telling you. But he did it with a smile. He did it with dedication and fervor. He always was out there working hard. So, guys, everyone watching tonight, this is for you. I'm taking a boot shot. This shot's for you guys. Thank you. Or picking up cans. Hey, we always pick up cans to make extra money. This shot is for you guys, my 40 viewers, my 40 followers. Thank you for this is, I believe, my 15th or 16th episode, which means 3 months. It's really been 3 months. My goodness. No, 13th episode, 2 months, 3 months. I've been doing this podcast for about 3 months now, and I always want you guys to know how much I appreciate you guys, my viewers. Whether you come in and join me every week, whether you watch the shows that I've already recorded that are on YouTube now, or whatever. Thank you for being such loyal fans of my show. Please go out and tell 3 of your friends each. Because if you only tell 3 of your friends, and let's say one more person joins, that would be 80 followers. Within the next week, I could easily have 200, 300 followers by the end of the year, right? Anyways, cheers to all you guys. Anyways. Let you guys catch up. And I'm proud of you, Kimberly. I really am. You're doing what you love. I know you like that company you work for down there. You'll have to tell me more about if the Q guy's still working there, the one you like, and all your little friends. That you tell me those stories, and I'm just like, man, it seems like a fun place to work. No, absolutely. One of these times you're going to move. You're going to come up here to Idaho to visit, and I'm going to have a house. So I'm going to have a place for you to sleep and everything else, and that's coming soon, within the next couple of years. Anyways, I don't know if my buddy Morgan's going to join us tonight. So I do need to get off here. I do have to go to work tomorrow. Guys, it's been a pleasure tonight. It's been a good show. Another good show. Every show's been a good show so far. I haven't had a show where I've been like, man, I know you will let me know about the housewarming party. Yeah. If when I buy a house, you're coming up for the housewarming party for dang sure. It's going to happen. And then you have a place to come up and visit for Christmas and Thanksgiving. We'll do Thanksgivings and stuff. Oh, trust me, it's coming within the next couple of years. Once I get a job, a nice, good career lined up, my next goal is a house. So good night, sister. I love you. Whoever my other viewer is, you're awesome as well. Guys, it's been another great show. Thanks for joining us here on Just the Facts. Come back and check us out next week, another Friday. Post in the comments on this video what you want to see us talk about next week. Until then, you guys stay safe out there and have a great evening, okay?